Sean, and Health Security is your health partner on the blockchain. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you very much, Scott. The latest word on the street is that everyone is putting everything on the blockchain, from wedding nuptials to stock exchanges, from land titles to even Chinese pork. Yep, Chinese pork from Walmart and IBM. But the question is, how? Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to talk briefly about what the blockchain is. I'm going to show you how stuff is put on the blockchain, and of course talk about how secure the information is. So let's get started. To understand what a blockchain is, what I did is I tried to study the anatomy of a single block. This is a diagram that I created, but I'm not going to talk about this today. What I'm going to do is draw an analogy. The analogy that I'm going to draw is, compare it to Microsoft Excel. Think of Excel as a blockchain. Inside Excel we've got sheets. Here I've labelled it block 1, block 2, block 3, etc. And the rows inside Excel as the transactions inside a block. So let's go through an example. Here, the very first transaction you can see is Sean receives 15 bitcoins. Only that is true. Sean then sends Scott 10 bitcoins, and Scott sends him 5 bitcoins. The very last line there is a link telling me what the next block is. Here, it's block number 2. I'll move on to the next sheet down below, block number 2. The very first line links me to the first block. The very last line links me to the next block. That's where the chain comes in. Everything sandwiched in between are transactions. Now, how does this relate to health? This is all financial data at the moment. But why don't we, being at a health conference, put some personal information on the chain? Gender, blood type, height, and weight. What I did is I'm going to show you how information is put on the blockchain now. I developed an app as a proof of concept to show people how this is done. Here's a screenshot of the health where I place custom fields that you can then put, such as gender, blood type, height, and weight. Now I'm going to play a video and walk you through this. So here's the app. It's an Android app. I open it up. It's actually a Bitcoin wallet, because what I'm going to do is piggyback the information of a Bitcoin transaction. I'm going to send some Bitcoins to myself. In this case, it's going to be 70 millibits, about the equivalent of $20 US. I'm then going to select the gender, blood type, height and weight. Once this is done, I'm going to hit send. And what will happen is that the information will be broadcast onto the Bitcoin network. Now this is actually live and working on the testnet blockchain, and it's actually on an Android app. So I've got the information there, I'm going to hit send, and you're going to see it broadcast. There it goes. What I do next is I then grab the ID, the transaction URL, and then I'm going to search for it online on a Bitcoin Explorer. The information is actually down here in a special field, and it's encoded in hexadecimal. So what I do next is I copy those string of numbers and letters, and I decode it into text so that it's human readable. I'll paste that in. And you can see up above, that's the information that I used. That is timestamped. And if I give you the transaction ID, you'll be able to find it. And I did this about a week ago. So, I've talked briefly about what the blockchain is. linking it to Excel, I've given you a demonstration of how information is placed. The question is, how secure is it? Well, first of all, let's take a look at some of the properties of the blockchain itself. First of all, it's a peer-to-peer network where thousands of computers around the world talk to each other in a distributed fashion. The copy of the information is spread thinly across all these computers, these nodes, making it much more secure than having the information at one central database, making it a honeypot for hackers. Next up, I mentioned that it's a timestamping of events that have occurred. What this means is that it's very difficult to change the history of it. It's immutable, as us geeks would call it. In fact, if you wanted to change history, you'd have to get 51% of the network to agree with your version of the story. And of course, it's backed up by very strong and clever mathematics. What this means is that you can use cryptography and mathematics to decrypt your personal information to specific health providers, or you can have it open to all your health providers to receive a high level of service because everyone's looking at the same information set. Decentralization. One question I always get asked is, we can all do this stuff with the technology that we have. What's different? The main differentiator is that it's decentralized. This network is not controlled by any one person or anyone at all. What it also means is that the database administrator cannot be coerced into releasing passwords. That person cannot be held at gunpoint to alter those blood test results, for instance. Now, there are a couple of other concepts related to blockchain. One of it is smart contracts. You may have heard of these terms before. A smart contract is not really that smart, nor is it a contract in the traditional sense. What it really is just software code designed by computer programmers. And what the code does is it follows a set of rules. An example of a health smart contract could be that if my GP wants to pass some medical records to a specialist, then I need to sign off on it. I've got the cryptographic key to release that information, putting me in control. Another concept is a public blockchain versus a private blockchain. A private blockchain happens when a group of people come together and decide, hey, let's create a blockchain. The in word at the moment starts with C, and it's a consortium. Now, a private blockchain doesn't have the advantages of being open, transparent, mutable, and all those good features, for example. However, it does have advantages. Because if you're experimenting with blockchain technology, you want it in a closed, sandbox environment, because you're going to make mistakes. It's a very challenging technology to understand, and if you do make a mistake and public health data gets leaked out, it's better that it's in a closed, controlled environment. Now, I had my blood test taken just yesterday, actually, and I asked the person who was taking my blood, can I get access to the results? She said, sure, and handed me a card with a password on it. I then filled out a form, my email address, so I expect an email to arrive and I can put my password into a link. Now, I couldn't help thinking, what happens if this was done with a blockchain? So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about how, well, first of all, what a blockchain is, linking it back to an analogy of Microsoft Excel. I've shown you how stuff, in this case personal information, is put on the blockchain, and I've also talked about some of the security features of the blockchain itself. I hope you've learned something new, something interesting, and I encourage you to look further into this game-changing technology.
Thank you.